Okay, today I'm going to put on a couple of ultra skin layered tips. This is a ultra skin hard tip. It's got red writing on it that denotes the hardness of the tip. This is a new tip from Ultra Skin Layered Tips. It's a prototype, not available to buy at this time. It's a hard. So I'm going to go ahead and clean the ferrule on this shaft to get the old chalk stuff off of it. When I put a new tip on, I don't want it to be dirty underneath that ferrule, so I'm going to chop this tip off. Now, this is a Kamui Black Hard that's on here now that I'm taking off in order to try the Ultra Skin. And it's on there pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and use the lathe to face off the ferrule. I'm going to rough it up with a piece of sandpaper. Go ahead and scuff the back of the new tip up, just using a little bit of 200 grit sandpaper or so. I'm going to put it into my little tip centering device. I don't know if you saw me touch the end of this wafer pad with my finger, but because I did that, I'm going to wipe it off with a piece of towel, because I don't want to have any oils from my fingers. I don't want any excuse for the glue to not adhere between the tip and the ferrule. I'm going to go ahead and put some score marks on the tip and the ferrule. Lock my piece in. I'm going to spray just a little bit of accelerator onto this towel. Just one little spray of that. I'm going to touch the ferrule side of it, just to get a little bit of accelerator on there. I'm going to apply some glue to the tip. Push it onto the ferrule. Get another piece of towel. Wipe the excess glue off the ferrule. If I was not talking to a camera, I would have had my paper towel ready already and been able to wipe that off before any of it got dried. But I didn't. I'm going to turn the lathe on at a little bit of a slower speed and cut this tip down to size. We're close. I got that pretty close with the lathe tool. Turn the speed up just a little bit and get a new blade on my Alpha tool to trim that off. That is perfectly flush. I'm going to install my tip shaping template. Now I've got a little bit, I find these layered tips to be just a little bit too long to play with. So I'm going to cut just a little bit more than one layer off. This is my razor blade. I'm going to turn the speed up and shape the tip. to the right shape. Just gonna rough the edge up just to confirm the shape looks really nice. Put a little spit, piece of leather, burnish the tip. You don't want to push too hard and get it too hot because layered tips don't really like the heat. They could delaminate. And there is a finished tip. So I'm actually going to pull this shaft out of the lathe and go ahead and install the other ultra skin layer tip. This time without any talking. So there you have two new ultra skin layered tips.